Guys, this is PWCC Weekly Auction number 116, ending on April 7th, 2024. This is a recap of the top 48 sales, and we'll look at some of the sales data and comps and what cards are doing up, down, or in between using the great card ladder and their sales history and their card ladder database. Some crazy stuff. You're going to watch this until the end of the video. As we get to the top three, it builds to a crescendo. There's a PMG that sold for 7 times more than it's ever sold for, and it's not going to be a player that you're familiar with, although he was a #1 overall draft pick. You're going to see some crazy John Morant stuff. You're going to see some crazy LaMelo Ball stuff. You're not going to believe that the top card that sold was in an SGC slab. It was a 9.5 slab, and we'll kind of conjecture as to what the purpose of that was. Some incredible Jordan records were broken. I mean, obliterated. Records from 2021, a speed bump on the way to all-time highs, and then we'll see a couple of Kobe's that actually nosedived horrifically. Tons of stuff to digest, tons of stuff to get to. Let's not waste any time. Enjoy the video, guys. Just remember to like, comment, and subscribe at the end. Thanks for watching. PWCC is a great way to sell your sports cards. If you're looking for a way to support the Cajun Cardboard YouTube channel, consider using the promo code CAJUN, all caps, C-A-J-U-N, when you're selling your cards on the PWCC marketplace. Hey guys, Brian with Cajun Cardboard coming at you from the great state of Louisiana with another PWCC Weekly Auction recap. Today we're going to look at the top 48 cards that have sold. These ended last night in weekly auction number 116 on April 7th. We're going to start at the bottom, and surprise, surprise, it's a Michael Jordan card. It's a hierarchy card. It's a Natural Born Thrillers, and it's a beautiful Min Gem copy of a BGS 9.5. This bad boy sold for $1,950, which to me sounded a little bit low, but then I did some data searching on my handy dandy card ladder graph, and over the last 6 months, that's actually up 33%. This card got as low as $1,463 just in the last 6 months. It's a pop 108. So there's a few more of these out there than I realized. Over 100 BGS gems alone. Then you got 55 more PSA. There's your price disparity between the two. You know, a BGS 9.5 is about $1,950. A PSA 10 is about $5,280. So make of it what you will. We're always, you know, analyzing that fun price disparity game, the premium for PSA 10s over BGS 9.5s, which gets a little tricky because there's min gems, quad gems, gem plus, et cetera, et cetera. And then not all PSA 10s are the same. That is always a nice little thing to remember, that not all PSA 10s are the same either. So you could have a PSA 10 go for 20-30% more too. I'm digressing. 1998 Topps Chrome Refractor, Jay Will, right in his young years. I don't think anybody has been quite as, even Wembanyama right now doing, you know, Wilt Chamberlain type stuff is never, no one was ever more exciting than maybe a young Vince Carter or a young Jason Williams, and they were right there together, you know, in 1998. And so this is the Topps Chrome Refractor, which looks really good color-wise. Again, these are tough, man, because you see some greening, but 98 not so bad as 96. But this Jason Williams looks awesome. It's a pop 10, PSA 10. Goes for $2,010. We got the Iceman and Kobe. Pretty arbitrary pairing right there. But wait until you see two of the most arbitrary pairings ever on a card that's coming up. This one goes for $2,040. It's a dual patch auto, Iceman and Kobe. And then we've got the Wembanyama Silver Curtain. And again, I usually don't tell people what to buy, but I can tell people what not to buy. And again, I'm going to offend somebody. I'm sorry. This is just straight up stupid. There is no other word to describe paying $2,000 for this card right now. It is straight up stupid. It is not a good decision. That being said, I think Wembanyama is transcendent. He is a generational freak of nature. He was dropped from a spaceship. He's going to be the best player in the league, you know, across all statistics. He's already the best fantasy player in the world. I think everything positive you could possibly say about Wembanyama, including his attitude, his approach, his his group that he's got around. Everything about Wembanyama is can't miss, except this card is a can't win. There is no way this purchase makes any sense. $2,070 for that card. It came out just a few months ago, maybe weeks ago. Guess what? The pop is already $529. They've already graded over 800. Obviously, people are opting for the PSA route. It's got a 66% gem rate. I am going to tell you right now, that pop's going well into multiple thousands. I mean, if you go back and go look at the Zion pop, go look at the Doncic pop, that's going to be thousands and thousands and thousands. So you're buying a card that's pop 500 today, that's going to be pop a bazillion million. I mean, what can Wembanyama do that Luka Doncic hasn't done? He's first team All-NBA every year, and we see what Doncic prices are doing post-release as well. So I just think that's a horrible purchase. I don't say that very often, and I certainly don't mean that to disparage the buyer, but buyer beware in a huge way on that card. Let me know in the comments if you disagree with me. If you wanted to buy into Wembanyama, it's just a really difficult thing to do right now. But it just doesn't. It's so financially illiterate that I can't get myself to buy into the player that I'm probably the most excited to watch on TV right now. I'll be honest with you. I would rather watch a Spurs game, certainly more than my damn Bucks right now because they can't beat anybody. But I would probably rather watch Wembanyama than any other player in the NBA. And I can't buy his cards. I can't collect them. Thank you, Panini, for that. 2006 Chrome Black Refractor LeBron. Serial number to 99. Great image on this one. 2070. We got a Jabari Smith who's actually picked it up. Rockets are a problem. Rockets are going to be a huge problem, and freaking Kevin Porter should be there. And everybody who's pissing on Kevin Porter forgets he was 19-5-5 last year before he hit his girl or did whatever he did to her. This is the red parallel, serial number to 75. This is a good-looking patch, too. Jabari Smith. Of course, it came from a Target. 2,130 for that Jabari. Pop 1 BGS 9.5 RPA. We got two PMG Reds, two really good players. Weber probably a little bit of an edge over the Steve Smith. The Weber is altered. The Steve Smith is not. And anyway, the Steve Smith goes for $22.20. The Weber goes for $22.50. And if people are looking at their screen saying, why would anybody buy an altered card for $2,000+? Well, welcome to the world of PMG Red set collecting. And this is not the last you're going to hear of it. Just wait until you see card number 2 on the list today. It is going to blow your freaking mind, and we're going to talk about it in great detail and look at some numbers. But these two PMGs go for, this Weber is way, way, way underpriced. And I guess even set collectors do, and I myself was a PMG Red set collector, and I got real far into the set. I had 130 total, right at 100 unique out of the 123, so I was sort of near the finish line, kind of, and I had all the big boys, the Kobe, the Jordan, the Duncan, etc., etc. I can tell you, $2,250 for a Weber, it is authentic altered, so that does have something to do with it. People don't like the altered, but they don't mind the authentic. So moving along, the Doncic Silver Prism autograph 9 does $23.70 armpit card. This is Paul George's true RPA. This is as good as you get from the weird year 2010. It's just kind of a weird year. The 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 is all kind of weird stuff. Really 12 and 13 is where it sort of normalizes, but remember 2012 is sort of that double rookie year. 2010 National Treasures, Paul George, like a billion breaks in here. 3-color patch, just an awesome looking. I think it's a really elegant, awesome looking card with a great autograph by PG here. It's a mixed gem. It does $27.60. Where is Paul George? Where is he? Where is Paul George? Where is Bradley Beal? Where is Carmelo Anthony? Where are these people going to end up in? How collectible are they? There are little niche pocket Paul George collectors and Carmelo Anthony collectors out there. And I'm not saying Paul George is where Carmelo Anthony got to, but Paul George still has a little meat left on the bone, and he can actually win a title. Carmelo cannot. And then the only card that I won, you'll see I did bid on another one. Stay tuned. We'll see it when we get a little bit higher. I was really thrilled to set the all-time price record on this card. The BGS 9.5 Min Gem Arena Stars. This card is difficult to grade. I will just go out and tell you this is a mother to grade. I do have a lower graded copy, so that is part of the reason why I could be ultra uber aggressive, is because I can just kind of, this is rationalization, right? It's just a positive thinking here, talking myself into paying an exorbitant premium for a gem copy of this Arena Stars, but I could sell my lower graded copy, recoup some of this $27.60, of course. But let's look at it. Where is it? Where did I put it? And by the way, there's that Wimby right there. Again, 529 of those bad boys. That is a down $278 from the last one, but it's right at the one before it. There's multiple people out here paying $1,600, $1,700 for these Wimbys. But if we kind of go look at the highest price ever paid, people are getting a little less dumb each time, I think. Yeah, so somebody's into this dumb card for $3,000. So they're already down an insane number. $3,000 again, $2,750, $2,660, $2,600. So all of these people are getting their ass handed to them already. Just wait until this is a $500 card. I'm just telling you right now, just wait. It may even get below that because guess what? It's a base card. It can say silver. It can be a refractor or a prism. It's a base card because the numbers dictate whether it's a base card, and it's a freaking base card because there's going to be 5,000 of them in PSA 10. Getting to the Arena Stars, sorry, not that I'm biased or anything, but anyway, I'm paying $27.60. I could have got a silver, Wimby PSA 10 for that a couple of weeks ago, but the 9.5, I set the all-time record. Again, I'm sitting here telling people what not to buy, and I'm buying a card for what is that 3 times more than it's ever sold for in history. Or maybe that's not right. Maybe that's just, yeah, that's right. That's the last one. So there's your pop report. Let's pull it up. 23 10s and 29 9.5. So 52 gem copies of this card exist. And if you've seen Hardwood Heroes or Arena Stars in hand, it's a very visually appealing card. Pretty decent gem rate on these, to be quite honest with you. But here's the deal. 189 have ever been graded. Ever been graded. So pretty rare card indeed. I did want to look up the PSA 10 and look at that price disparity. So I'm into it for $27.60. Let's pull up the PSA 10 and let's look at dates sold, $41.50. So I'm below. Usually there's a bigger margin. I would have probably rathered the PSA 10 for $41.50, but I'll pocket the $1,400 and go buy something else. 1997 Metal Universe Precious Metal Gems Authentic Altered Bryant Reeves, $28.80. And so you're looking at this. If you're not familiar with PMG Reds and you're not a set collector, you're looking at this and you're like, why in God's name would Big Country sell for more than Chris Webber, same slab, same authentic altered, blah, blah, blah? And the answer is, it's just set collecting. It's just the way set collecting is maybe all of the Bryant Reeves have been absorbed by those set collectors. I doubt that's a Bryant Reeves super collector. I'm not aware of one. I've never met one in person. And I'm not sure they would admit it if they were one, but that's sort of why the Bryant Reeves outsold the Steve Smith, who was a perennial all-star, and then a Chris Webber, who's a Hall of Famer. It's set collecting. There's no other word to explain it. That won't be the last time we say that. All right, now here's one I want you to kind of take a look at and remember the number. This is the 97 Z-Force Rave, serial number 399. This is not the base, this is the subset Rave, right? So it's a little bit less valuable, although I think it's aesthetically the superior card. This one is, again, serial number 399, so a serial numbered Michael Jordan card from the mid-90s. 3,120 for this BGS 9 with really good subs, right? It's got the edge issue, but the other subs are 9.5, 9.5, 9.5. It might even be a cracking resub candidate and just see what happens. See if you can pull a PSA 9 and have a little extra value built in there. I don't know. I'm not the gambler, and I didn't buy the card. 3120 here for this BGS 9. Just remember, I don't think I looked it up, but we're going to look it up later. So just remember that card. Every single auction, I say it every single time, there's always a triple auto Bird Magic rookie card. Here's another one. This one is a PSA 7 card, 9 for the auto, 3120. We're going to look up 2 Damian Lillard rookie cards. These are his true RPA National Treasures. Beautiful patch in this one. This BGS 9.5 is a quad gem 3240. So that is a big time card right there. I am lucky enough to own a copy of a BGS 10 Damian Lillard true RPA. This one is 3240. Let's look it up and see what that's all about. Here we go. That's it. That is up 500 from the last one. So somebody out there doesn't care that the Lillard's efficiency has dipped a little bit. He's still finding his way in Milwaukee, figuring out how Doc Rivers is coaching and what to do with Giannis on the floor. and the fact that they've lost to the Raptors, the Wizards, and the Grizzlies without any of their players, basically, except Jaren Jackson. So 3,240, that's up from the last one. Again, that's a quad, and it's a better patch, so that has something to do with it, but it's up from this one, it's up from this one, it's about where that one is. But you can see this card was 5,000, 6,000, 4,000, 5,000, stuff like that. So that just gives you an idea. But again, look at the card. That's just a really good looking card. I like that card a lot, and that's why I own it. So moving along, here we go. This is the arbitrary dual logo men's that I was talking about. Logo manses. These are the two logo manses that I was talking about. The 2006 Exquisite Baron Davis and Bill Walton. Could there be any two players any different than Bill Walton and Baron Davis? I don't understand it. It's an authentic card, a 9 for the auto, and it is a 1 of 1. And then another dual logo man, which is also a little bit unusual. At least these guys kind of came into the league around the same time from what I recall. 2005, Vince Carter and Marvin Big Butt Williams. I call him Big Butt Williams because his ass is humongous. It is not humongous as in like tractor trailer humongous ass or Rick Mahorn ass size, but his ass is huge in proportion to his body, because he had a normal body, and even at North Carolina, his ass was disproportionate to his body, is what I'm getting at. You guys know what I'm talking about. Not that I'm looking at dudes' asses, but I'm just telling you. That's what my kids called him, because I would be watching the screen. I'd be like Big Butt Williams. I was a huge Hawks fan back in the day, and he was like this high draft pick. I think he was number 2 or 3 overall, and he just never. He was just okay, right? He's like Harrison Barnes. He was just okay. He just never turned into that high draft pick that we thought he was going to be. And so Big Butt and Vince Carter, 3480. How much would you rather it just be Vince Carter? Like, it would be worth more if it was just a Vince Carter logo, man. Michael Jordan, Warp Speed 9.5. So you need to be sitting down for this one. Nice subs on this one. 2 10s and a 9, whatever that's called. 3,720 for this beautiful Warp Speed. This is a hierarchy card. Warp Speed BGS 9.5. Check this out, people. Wow, there's an all-time chart you don't see every day. Spiked around 2000, 2020, 2021. Came all the way back down to 1,300. And then exploded last night to 3,720. Far, far, far and away the highest price ever paid for this card. Over the last 2 years, the card is up 115%. That is 2x even in South Louisiana. So that's what the card looks like. It doesn't get much better than this. Jordan, tongue out, space stuff going on in the background. Name of the insert down here, running horizontally, vertically on the card. He's wearing the 11s. He's driving. His arms are just like shredded. Everything about this card is like, holy crap, this is the Jordan insert I need to get. The 9.5 is going to cost you $37.20 going forward. We've got a gold Zion who's been playing pretty well lately. $38.40 for this Contenders Optic ball front auto, whatever that means. A dual dual autograph on the fabric itself. BGS 9. Serial number to 5, Bird Magic, right? There's a pairing right there. From, of course, Exquisite, second year Exquisite, 3,840. This is a Pop 1, none graded higher. And then we've got a Kobe McGrady autograph card here. Sort of a demure, kind of boring-ish looking card, but it's the autograph that, the collector is looking for in this card. So 9 for the card. Autograph is only authenticated. I don't know why they thought it would do poorly. Maybe because Kobe runs over here into the border. Again, I'm not an autograph expert, but it looks okay to me. I'd have probably just graded the card. I don't know why authenticating the auto really helps at all. We know it's authentic. Anyway, it's a Pop 1, none higher. That does 3,840. 2 of the most exciting players in the world in 2000. That's for damn sure. Another Victor Wembanyama. Probably not going to age very well. I heard an argument the other day about which would you rather, this Bowman t-shirt thingy, autograph thing, or like a Mojo, and they were like asking which one do you want or something like that. I don't know. I don't want either one of them. I want the print runs to be what they were in 2016, and then I want to go buy Wembanyama. I don't want them to be what they are now. 96 press pass Kobe autograph, BGS 9.5 with a 10 for the autograph, does 3,960. Of course, this iconic image of him in his Lower Merion jersey, presumably after winning the state championship right there. 2018 Noir Doncic Reigning Knights signature hollow gold. That is a mouthful. That's what she said. Serial numbered to only 10. Pop 1. No PSA 10s out there. Noir are very difficult cards to grade condition-wise. 4,080 for that Doncic. We've got a cartoon for 4,200 of Kevin Durant. A LeBron pre-rookie refractor from 2002 Finest. The white suit refractor PSA 9 does 4,200. Those were serial numbered to 250. How baggy is that suit? MC Hammer. And then next to that, we're going to look this one up because this is a tough card right here. It's a great looking card. But this is going to be a reminder that Kobe cards are not doing real fantastic right now. This is his 2005 Finest Gold Refractor, serial number to the arbitrary number of 39 for some reason. BGS 9.5, pop 5, none higher, 4,320. Here you go. This is date sold. This is about 900 less than the last one. It is more than the one before that, but it is way less than 2022 prices. So we've seen some Jordans double in value. Thanks to me paying record prices, and triple in value. But this Kobe is getting murdered. As you can see, this card used to be worth significantly more in 2021 than it is today. So I'm not sure. I don't love that pickup for whoever picked that up. It is a, you know, you just got to love that those tween years, right? Between 2003 and, 2010, where Finest and Chrome had the different parallels. It's kind of an interesting little niche in the hobby. Niche segment, whatever. 2003 Upper Deck Sweet Shot LeBron. We see this card quite often. 4320 Zion Horizontal Flawless Patch Auto numbered to 15. In his thin phase, he looks really shredded right here. He doesn't look heavy at all in this picture. That's a 10-10. That's a pretty big card right there. 4,560. Unfortunately, there's like 900 numbers worth of parallels of that card probably. Kobe Bryant autograph on the basketball, 2003 Upper Deck Sweet Shot Signature Shots. It's a pop 3 PSA 10. That's a beautiful card right there. Kobe with that iconic fist, clenched fist, kind of we did it kind of deal. That is an image of Kobe that I remember. 4,920 pop 3 for that card. That's a really cool looking card, man. I must admit, that's a great looking card. 2003 is a special year too. Here's a product that never really took off. It was the first year of Mosaic, but it wasn't a standalone product. It was called Prism Mosaic. And so these were just, in every one of these colors, if I recall, was this, oh God, why am I going, the Starburst, is it called Starburst pattern in the background? What do you call that? I can't remember what they call that. It was called Starburst at one point. Mosaic, I guess now they call it a mosaic pattern. But anyway, here's the gold parallel, serial number 10, autograph, BGS 9.5, mixed gem, does 5160. A LeBron championship wrestling belt card thingy, 2015 flawless USA gold medals. This is serial number 2 out of 10. It's a pop 1 of 1. None higher, obviously, because you can't get a PSA 11 yet. 5,160 for that LeBron. And then we've got two great Celtics big men, Bill Russell and Kevin Garnett, dual patch auto from 2009 Exquisite Collection. This is serial numbered only to 5. None higher than this PSA 7 copy. That's interesting. What a great card. 5,400 for that card right there if you're a Celtics fan. Let's look at this commodity card. The 2009 Topps Steph Curry rookie PSA 10, 5640. Not a nice story being told here about this card. There's 370 of them, so it's not rare. Down 27% over the last 2 years. Down 29% over the last 1 year. But here's what's interesting. The last sale was $41.52, which was the lowest of the last 2 years. That was like literally rock bottom. And then somebody picked this one up for significantly more. That seems like a huge jump from $41.52 to $56.40. Let's see if I can get those together. Yeah, there you go. 35% more somebody paid for this copy than the last one. So interesting story being told there. Does that signify that we've hit the bottom on that Steph Curry Topps PSA 10, or is that just an anomaly? I guess we'll have to see maybe 7 or 8 more sales to kind of make an educated decision. 2020 National Treasures Rookie Patch Auto Gold, first off the line. That is just a lot of stuff. 23 out of 24 LaMelo Ball BGS 9. 10 auto, 5760, and then right next to it we got Paolo Banchero, BGS 9.5 men gem, serial number to 75, red parallel, 5,880 for that card right there. And here's the other Damian Lillard. So let's go back, right? We saw the BGS 9.5 sell for $32.40. And I think we decided that was a really good copy, right? Yeah, so it was a quad 9.5 with a great patch. And so now, what did we say? $32.40. Okay, so now we're going to plug in PSA 10. And it's going to pull up April 7th. That's us right there, PWCC Weekly. So there's our PSA 10, equally mesmerizing patch, 5880. So there's your difference right there. So 5880 versus 3240. Which one would you rather have? This is a 1010 also. That's just they're both really great looking cards. It just depends on whether you want to save a few bucks or you want to pay that PSA 10 premium. Two great cards right there. Two really good Lillard sales right there. I feel like we just saw this card. I'm not sure what's going on. The 98 Bowman's Best Atomic Refractor serial number to only 100. Kobe Bryant Pop 13, 5880. I think we saw that card maybe a couple weeks or a month ago. A flawless vertical patch auto. This is the gold parallel serial number to only 10. PSA 9 to 7,500 for LaMelo, the forgotten prospect. And then I didn't just lose this. Someone urinated straight on top of my head as I thought I had a chance for this card, which I do not own in a PSA. I don't even think I own this in a 9. I think I own like a PSA 8 or something like that as a placeholder. This PSA 10 is a pretty rare card. Pop 15, as you can see. In Jordan World, if it's Pop 15, you're not going to be the only one bidding on it. Let's just put it that way. There's some big swingers. Well, I don't want to say that either. There's some deep pockets out there that are looking for these cards, these insert cards that appear in the Cajun Cardboard hierarchy. If you don't know what the hierarchy is, by the way, you need to check it out. Check out the playlist on this very channel, Cajun Cardboard's Michael Jordan hierarchy. Posters are still available. Posters, what's this you say? Yes, a full old school 80s and 90s type kid poster lover, 3 feet by 2 feet, pack odds on the back, 300 plus Jordan cards on the front, tiered into a pyramid. Some of the greatest Jordan cards from the 90s, inserts and parallels only. You guys will love those posters. If you haven't seen one, go check them out. If you're interested in buying one, I still have inventory there for sale. They ship protected in a nice protective tube, or at least it's usually protected. If it doesn't get there, you know, in shape, you know, blame FedEx. But they've all arrived 99.9% of the time undamaged. Those are for sale. If you're interested in learning more about the Cajun Cardboard hierarchy and the posters, just message me on Instagram. If you don't have an Instagram account, shame on you. If you don't have an Instagram account, you're probably not watching YouTube, to be honest with you, or at least not an auction recap. But message me on Instagram about how you can buy some posters. I get messages every single day. I'm selling posters every single week, and so the project has been a success and it is growing. This Rain Man sold for $7,800. OMG. Here we are. That's the card right there. Not the sexiest Jordan insert out there, but neat name, Rain Man. That is 3 times as much as it's ever sold for in history, 3.5x to be quite honest with you. So I've got this chart here, 22 times it's sold. This is sorted by the highest prices ever paid. The second highest price ever paid was last month. So somebody decided to go 3.5x over last month's sale price, which was the highest price ever paid. So all-time record, triple the all-time record, and then some. As you can see, if we go back to 2021, the card was less than $1,000. Remember, 2021 was the peak, right? That was the peak of the hobby, I thought. Well, this card just sold for 8 times as much in 2024. So maybe Jordan didn't peak after all. Sorry, I just said Michael Jackson. No, this is not a Michael Jackson, although that would be cool if he had an exquisite limited logos. It would be a big red jacket patch with a zipper maybe across here. How awesome would that be? Anyway, 2003 Upper Deck Exquisite Collection, Magic Johnson, limited logos, beautiful, iconic card right there. With Bird and Magic, limited logos are up there amongst their best, right? After their rookie card, you got the 81 tops, you got your 86 Fleer, then you got your stickers. But, you know, if you're a modern collector, I mean, this is about as sweet and beautiful as it gets. 8,100 for that Magic. And then we've got a 2003 EX Jambalaya Retro. I say retro. It's his first Jambalaya, I guess. I call it retro because it's not the 97, so I don't really pay any attention to these, but I know it's a big card. It's got a low print run. 9,300 for this BGS 9. And then next to it, this is definitely a retro because this is not the 97 PMG, but this is a PSA 9, 2006 Fleer EX Jambalaya Jordan. It is a really good looking card, I will admit that, but I'm just not interested in retros or any post-playing year Jordan cards. 9,600 for this one. It's a Pop 6. There are 4 PSA 10s out there. Wow. 6 9s, 4 10s. That's rarity indeed. What about a Scotty Barnes Emerald Parallel, serial number to only 5? This dude had a banging year. He is a real deal, point forward, high usage rate, sort of fulcrum player who kind of operates in that mid-range around the nail, he in the elbow and the free throw line, he is a problem. He is going to have a very, very, very good career. Will he become an uber elite mega jumbo superstar? Sorry, I've got some armpit sweat going. That's what happens when I've got the freaking temperature on like 80. 10,200 for this Barnes 5 of 5. 2019 flawless John Morant vertical patch auto PSA 1010 does $15,600 right there. And here we are on to the top three, guys. This is the top three. Where did I leave off? Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. So we left off on the top three. So 1997 Skybox Z-Force Rave. Remember I told you guys we had a BGS 9 that sold back there. And what did that BGS 9 sell for? I feel like I looked it up somewhere, didn't I? Maybe I didn't. Maybe I forgot to look at the BGS 9. Anyway, the BGS 9 was back there. The PSA 10 sold for $15,600. That is an all-time record by a 50% margin. So 1.5x the most that's ever been paid for this card. Here's another Jordan card that in 2022 sold twice for just shy of and right at $10,000 on the weekly and on Golden. And then last night it obliterated that number and sold for $15,600. That is a humongous sale price right there. Which is not surprising because that card is amazing and it's a pop 9. And then here's the most mesmerizing, quizzical, confusing card that puts me in a quandary. It is the 1997 Metal Universe PMG Joe Smith PSA 6. This is a pop 1, none higher. So you are looking at, quite likely, unless you're a BGS fan, and most people collect this set in PSA, the greatest Joe Smith PMG red in the world, for what that's worth. You talk about a big fish in a small pond. Somebody is now the owner of the greatest Joe Smith card maybe in history. This card sold for $20,400. There's only one way to explain it: set collecting, right? This is not a Joe Smith collector. I'm quite certain if we pull up sales history and we type in just 1997 metal Joe Smith, this is 6X, the highest price ever paid for any Joe Smith PMG. What if we just type in Joe Smith? This is undoubtedly the highest paid price ever for any Joe Smith card in history, and it's really not close. And again, there's your card. It's a PSA 6. So I don't know how you want to try to process that and digest it, that somebody just paid $5,000 more for this Joe Smith PSA 6 than a Gem Mint PSA 10 serial numbered Michael Jordan Rave for $15,600. This is the hobby in a nutshell right here. It's just nuts. It just doesn't make any sense. And set collecting makes you do delirious, wild things. That is just insane to me. And then I forgot to look this up because it's in an SGC slab, which makes no sense to me. But it's a 1986 Fleer Michael Jordan SGC 9.5. It did $23,400. I guess we should look that up. SGC 9.5 Jordan. That should be easy to find. Here we go. Here's your chart. There's your chart. Pretty steady over the last 5 or 6 sales. Let's see, what does that look like? Yeah, so as high as 25, as low as 20. This one goes 23, so sort of between, not really doing anything crazy, you know, over the last 6 months. But you know, it's a pop 31. It's just weird because you can't really use the pop report because like, you could go cross, you know, 200 plus PSA 10s to SGC 9.5, I guess, if you wanted to. But let's compare it to like the BGS 9.5. Is that a fair comparison? Let's see what the BGS 9.5 sales for. And this is going to be a crazy chart. We know that. So this average sale price is 37. So, you know, about 15 grand higher. So, you know, and again, the pop is way, way, way higher. So people just don't want that card in an SGC slab. They just don't. And so, you know, I don't like to guess, but I would certainly assume that the person who purchased this card is thinking, man, if I could just crack this card and get a BGS 9.5, I just made 15 grand, 20 grand, depending on the subgrades, you know. So I don't know if that's what they're thinking. Maybe that's not, it's not a crack and flip, you know, situation. Maybe somebody just wanted to buy the card, not the grade, and not the grading company, and they picked up what appears to be an exceptional copy. I mean, this is the #1 card sold among some really important cards, and it does look awesome. It looks really awesome. Centering on the front is just absolutely exceptional. I don't know if you guys can tell. And then centering on the back ain't bad. It's not perfect left to right. You can see the width of the borders up here. The top to bottom looks really clean. I don't see any glaring issues on this card, and this is with these high-def images that PWCC provides. So just a really exceptional Jordan copy right there. You know, I like the idea of gambling. I wish whoever bought this card would let me know in the comments and let me know what their plans are, because if it was to buy a 9.5 and then crack it, submit it with PSA or BGS, I would really love to watch that. PSA is tough because it's gem or nothing, because this is worth more than a PSA 9. A PSA 9 is a really good grade. But for BGS 9.5, I think it's doable. There's over 500 of them, and I would leave it in the SGC slab when you submit it to BGS. And I think you got a chance, man. I really do think you got a chance to cross this to a BGS 9.5, in which case you're making a minimum of $13, $14, $15, $20, maybe even $20,000 if you can cross that. Again, I didn't mean to put thoughts into this. This could just be somebody who wanted to pick up a really badass looking Jordan and they didn't care about the grade of the grading company. So our top 10 in a summary is weird, and SGC Jordan wins, narrowly edging out the great #1 overall pick, Joe Smith, a Maryland Terrapin. Then we've got a Jordan, not Super Rave, a Jordan Rave PSA 10, which is just banging, pop 9, cheese him. A John Morant, remember him? Nobody else does. Scotty Barnes, a Michael Jordan Retro. Is this arbitrary or what? This is getting really weird. A LeBron BGS 9 I don't know what you call this jambalaya, but it is a rookie. Then we've got a Magic limited logos. That fits the bill. Then we've got somebody who tripled the all-time highest price ever paid for the Rain Men insert, a very middle-tier Jordan insert, right? This is not an exceptional Jordan insert, but in PSA 10, people do crazy things. 7,800, and then another LaMelo Ball. So 20% of the top 10 is, oh wait, no, I'm sorry. I'm getting LaMelo Ball and John Morant confused. Sorry, that's crazy. Listen to this. Jordan, Joe Smith, Jordan, John Morant, Scotty Barnes, Jordan, LeBron, Magic, Jordan, LaMelo Ball. Crazy, crazy stuff happened last night. Let me know in the comments what you think. Which of these cards stood out to you guys? What do you think about some of these Jordan cards doubling and tripling? We're seeing this happen, man, especially with PSA 10s. But as you can see, there's some dumbass people, and some of them live in Louisiana, who are paying ridiculous record prices for BGS 9.5 Jordans as well. So let me know what you think about these cards. Hopefully you guys enjoy these videos. If you do, please try to support the channel. There's a couple ways you can do it. If you want to sell your cards, or if you're already selling your cards on PWCC, you can go enter the promo code right now for cards that are in your vault. The promo code to support my channel is Cajun, C-A-J-U-N, all capital letters. It's really the only way that I make any money doing this, because I don't sell any of these homage t-shirts. They just don't sell very often, so I'm making no money on that. And then the affiliate link to buy on PWCC, it's in my YouTube description, but people just don't want to use it because it's a pain in the ass. You've got to go cut or copy and paste it into your browser and use it. It's a great way to support the channel as well. If you want to buy cards on these weekly and premier auctions, I would love you for it. You know, buying or selling. If you're confused about it and you have any questions, message me on Instagram. Just go to the YouTube description. It's pretty self-explanatory. Buying and selling on PWCC is a great way to support the channel. If you're really so inclined, I don't charge a subscription fee. I don't do a Patreon. I don't limit my content to subscribers or private groups. I try to be the most consistent content creator and make it available for everybody. If you really want to support the channel and you think my channel has some value, consider just hitting the PayPal link that's in my YouTube description, and you can just donate a little bit of money that way, and I'll go buy some good cards, and you guys can see them on mail days. So that's sort of the only way I get paid to do this. I'm not getting paid enough. In fact, I'm thinking about taking a little bit of break away from this because it's taking up a lot of time. So I may take a month or two off just to kind of recalibrate leading into the national, and then maybe come back stronger than ever. I have not decided, but it's just something I'm pondering right now. So again, a lot going on, not just in the hobby, obviously a lot of stuff going on in life, all good stuff, thank God, blessed by God for sure, but thinking about taking a little bit of a break to decompress. This cross-country collection, and again, if you don't know what that is, hit the playlist. It took a lot out of me. It's been about a 9-10 month process. It took a lot out of me. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of time spent away from the family, a lot of evenings at the office, which I don't like to spend. but it was fun and it was relatively lucrative, so it made sense. It was work. I basically treated it as work, and but had a lot of fun along the way. But it did take a lot out of me, so I might need to take a little breather here and take a breath and take some time off. So I'm just giving you guys a heads up. I'm not disappearing from the hobby. I might just take a 30-45 day respite, and then come back stronger than ever leading into or after the Nationals. So anyway, if you like the videos and you don't want to support the channel financially with the PayPal link or with buying or selling on PWCC, if you just don't want to do that, you can really easily support the channel by hitting the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and always welcome your comments. That is what I do these for, because I want to know what you guys are thinking about some of these sales, some of these cards. It's inevitable. Every one of these videos, I get something wrong. I either talk too fast and I say something wrong, or I don't know the backstory behind the card, the provenance, the origin, and there's like a reason a card sold for this or that, or too low or too high. And you guys have always been a dependable, large group of educated viewers who have commented and kind of shed some light on it, clarified why, what I don't know, because I am not an expert on basketball card collecting. I am a student of the game, and I'm trying to learn a little bit each and every day, even within the Jordan world. I can't tell you how many comments I've gotten. In fact, I got one yesterday. Somebody's like, Cajun, you got it wrong. There's a members only version of 1996 Topps NBA Stars. And I was like, dude, I think you got it wrong. The Stadium Club is where members only appears. There's no members only other than Stadium Club products. And he's like, well, here's a picture, bitch. You're dumb. And he said it really nicely. I'm just kidding. He's like, here's a picture. It exists, and most people don't know about it. And I was like, well, look, my hand's raised. I had no idea. And he sent me a picture of 96 Topps Stars members only sealed set, and I was blown away. And so every day I'm learning stuff, and oftentimes it's from you guys who watch the channel, who enjoy the stuff, who like to comment, and you're not just educating me, you're educating everybody else who's watching the channel and reading the comments. So if you don't normally read the comments of these videos, I highly suggest you go read them. Some of it's trolls, some of it's flaming. Anybody who gets out of line, I just block them from the channel, whatever, I don't care. Life's too short. I'm freaking almost 50 years old. I ain't listening to a bunch of crap from people, some illogical stuff from the people. Somebody the other day accused me for the Cajun cardboard hierarchy being a pump and dump, which is obviously quite ignorant. As you can see, I am buying into the pump, which would make no sense. It would really just be a pump and hump, because I'd be humping myself by pumping the prices up. Yeah, the hierarchy project, I assure you, was not a pump and dump. If anything, it has cost me a great deal more money after bringing so much awareness to these beautiful Michael Jordan 90s inserts and parallels, that I am now paying the premium that I created on some of these cards. Not created, but helped to create, even if only incrementally so. So yes, I assure you the hierarchy is not a pump and dump. And by the way, I blocked that dude because there's nothing constructive about that comment, and it was very clear what his purpose was in making that comment, which is just to be an ass. So anyway, thank you guys as always. I have now digressed. I hope y'all have a great week in the hobby. It's April 8th. I've got to get back on some fasting. I ate a crap load of ice cream this weekend. I'm fasting. I'm not eating today at all. Probably eat dinner tomorrow, and then I'm going to try to fast 5, 6, 7 days and see how quickly I can change my body and get back to normal. I can barely turn my head right now. I ate so much freaking ice cream, this weekend, just celebrating, had a couple people over, had a party, watched some games. And so it's time to get back right this week. I hope you guys can get on track this week. Have a great week, and we will see each other soon. I've got videos already scheduled all the way into May. So even if I do decide to take a break, you guys are covered. I have literally got videos deep into the month of May, and it's April 8th right now. Cross-country collection, I've been done with it for a couple of weeks, almost 3 weeks, but I've got cross-country collection videos scheduled through May, and I've still got 4 PSA grade reveal cross-country videos that I'm waiting to get my grades back to share with you guys. So plenty of content out there. You guys know 7 videos a week minimum, sometimes 8, 9, 10, just depends on the week. I am shooting to be the most consistent content creator on YouTube, and hopefully you guys appreciate that and will consider supporting the channel. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great week in the hobby. Keep collecting. Stay positive, and peace.